Hello there, Mazel. This is Joshua coming at you today. Hey, how you doing? I have a little raspy voice because I'm getting over a cold. Ironically, it's just only been attacking my throat and my sinuses and nothing else. Like no fatigue, no nothing. Just I have a weird ass voice now, so bear with me. And a little bit of a cough. But anyway, beyond all that, I come at you today because I have an idea. I have wondered. There's okay. There's a lot of people out there. And a lot of people, I'm almost nearing 300 subscribers. I have 300 or 290 something. So almost at 300. Yay, 300 subscribers. That's awesome. However, this is something I was curious about. It's like, how do we as Christians know what our purpose is? And that's a fantastically good question because we all should know what our purpose is. Now, if you're a man, we all need to have, okay, so there are 5 gift ministries, right? There's evangelist, pastor, teacher, prophet, and apostle. How do you know which one of these is your job or your purpose? Well, they kind of go up in authority. They move up in authority. They start at evangelist, then move up to pastor, then move up to teacher, then move up to prophet, then move up to apostle. You have to kind of work your way up the ranks. And anybody that's an apostle can also do the job of a prophet. And if you're or a teacher or evangelist or a pastor or evangelist, they go up and down. However, they may not be good at evangelizing, but they move through the ranks. They started evangelizing and they'll work your way up. Even Paul says, I've baptized only but like 2 of you. And yet, because his job isn't evangelizing. Okay, his job is not to evangelize. His job is to be the apostle. He's the one that is there to set down the doctrine. Okay. So he had a different job than other people. And one job is not better than another, just one job has more responsibility than another. And so how do you guys know what your job is? Now, the thing is that we don't have a unity. We don't have a congregation. We have the internet. We have these videos. And it'd be really nice to get in touch with everybody. But how do you know what your purpose is? Well, you have to find out what you want because God gives us the desires of our heart. Now, that can be interpreted in 1 and 2 ways, and both ways are true interpretations of this verse. One is, the desires that I have are given to me by God, and it's up to me to choose to manifest them in a godly way. All right. Now, the other way to manifest this is I have these desires that are given to me that I have, and God is going to make sure that they come to pass in this world. Like they're going to be manifested. God's going to give me what I want in a godly way. Okay, so what you have to do is figure out what is it that you desire, how is that accomplished in a godly fashion, and then dwell on that and let God bring it to pass in your life. And as you do that, then you will start to see your life move in that direction. Now, and I'm talking specifically to men because as a man moves forward in his spiritual vocation, then God will work the reality around him, or as he mentally focuses on his spiritual vocation, God will physically move his world around him to match his spiritual vocation. Now, that is specifically for men. Women, on the other hand. Now, does that mean, so women are supposed to pay wives and mothers and grandmothers and taking care of children and their husbands. So does that mean that women cannot be evangelists or pastors or teachers or prophets or apostles? Well, I have not seen evidence in Scripture of a woman being an apostle. There's not one reference to a woman being an apostle in the Scriptures. However, there are references to women being a prophetess, pastors, teachers, evangelists. Yeah, I think pretty much all the other 4 a woman can do. A woman is completely able to do. So how does a woman aspire to become those things if she's supposed to be married and have kids and babies and stuff like that? So, well, the thing is that a woman has to realize what her focus is. What does she care about? What part of Scripture, what is her spiritual vocation, which is to serve a husband. But beyond that, what is her spiritual vocation? And then she needs to focus on finding a man that matches her spiritual desire. And when she finds a man that matches her spiritual desire, she should marry him. and that way they can move forward together in the same spiritual vocation. So that way they work together for a common purpose. Purpose is so important. If a man hath no, if a man does not have vision, the people perish. Where there is no vision, the people perish. And what this means is that if you cannot see yourself escaping or arising above your situation, if you can't see yourself elevating beyond what you're at, you will never move beyond where you are at. You have to see yourself. This is why prayer is so important. We would rather spend our time focusing on these fictional worlds or worlds that are surrounded by entertainment like YouTube or role-playing games or video games or whatever, Facebook or Instagram or whatever. We're so focused on these things that just destroy our lives or eat up our time. Just waste time. They just waste time. We should be spending that time focusing on what our desires are and seeing ourselves manifesting those desires in this life. And as we focus on those desires and see them being manifested in this life and start separating ourselves from this world and allowing God's blessings to come down upon us, then you start to see the purpose of your life start to becoming made manifest. And I'm guilty of this. I'm not the only one. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm above all this. No, I have these problems. Most of the time I make videos mostly for myself because I need to hear from God, and because I'm stuck or I'm moving forward. So a lot of these times these videos are my way of having God talk to me so that I can get my rear in gear and get out of here. So anyway, I thought purpose would be an important issue. So to the men out there, focus on what you desire in your life. What is it that you desire in your life? What is the most important thing in your life that you want? Okay, visualize that. See that. What is my motivation? How do I get to that point? And you don't even have to know how to get there. Just know that God will bring it to pass in your life, and just have faith and trust in God that He will bring it to pass. And when you have time to kill, rather than killing that time, take that time to dwell on the promises that God has given you. And you dwell on them and you see them as being real and you thank God for them being made manifest in your life. And as you do this, they will start to become made manifest in your life. Wasting time wastes time. We only have a limited amount of time on this planet, man. Christ comes back, it's all over. Game over, man. It's time to move on. Wives, women, find a man that suits. Figure out what you want. Figure out where your mind is at. Figure out what your focus is. And then find a man that fits that focus so that way you can follow him along the path that you want to go. You need to have a man that you can follow. So you got to find a man that's going the direction that you want to go. And then you follow that man. And not forbidding marriage or babies or, you have to, you are the one that he leads and you pull the family along with him, whatever that purpose is. Anyway, I just thought this was an important video that needed to be made because it's hard not knowing where you're supposed to be, not knowing what you're supposed to be doing. And we are fractured. The whole Church of God is fractured. It is in shambles. It is spread out throughout the world. And the true believers are few and far between. And it's a sad shape. But I put these videos out here to try and build the church, the true believers, and put us in, to link us together so that way we can have communion. We have the thing at Saturday at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And that we can meet together and we can share ideas and that we can all come together on the same page. Anyway, this is it's super important that we have a singular vision so that God will make manifest what we are believing for. Without a vision, the people perish. So find out what your purpose is. Link up with your desires Give those desires to God and watch God come to pass as long as you continue to dwell and focus on the promises that God has given you. If you stay distracted by this world, nothing happens. You sit there spinning your wheels. Anyway, my name is Joshua. This is this is my channel. Saturdays 10 o'clock we have the Pacific Standard Time. We have the Bible Slam. Be there, be square. If you have any questions, comments, you post them. Click the dingy thingy so that way when we post videos, you will be a part of the alerts, and so that way you know when we have these things. And you know I love God because I love virtue, justice, and salvation. You guys have a great day. Bye.